Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. This is Echoke Daily Talk, bringing to you this early morning, Wednesday morning broadcast coming from my own side. I want to use this opportunity and this medium to thank every of my listeners, my viewers, and my subscribers all over the world. Those ones who love what I'm doing and those ones who keep on supporting me in one way or the other. May the Almighty Echoke and bless each and every one of us in all our endeavors. And that is my prayer for my fans out there, my viewers, and also the subscribers all over the world, and my wonderful people who, in one way or the other, are making sure that this ministry is going to the right direction and to the permanent side. So please, before we proceed, I want to use this opportunity to encourage those ones who have not subscribed to my channel to do that as soon as possible. Like and share my content. Subscribe, comment, and also share with your family and friends, well-wishers, your colleagues, and also the student part of it. So please, without not taking much of your time or wasting much of your time, let's go straight into the real deal of this very morning. We take the headlines as the culture always be, then we begin to pick the news one after the other. Anyone that have most importance and relevance to us, we do that as soon as possible. Disregard the insensitive sit-at-home order from Nigerian agents. IPOB tells Biafrans. Singer Casey storms P2B's campaign rally after pitching tent with Tinubu saboteurs. Pressure to step down. NNPP speaks on Kwankwaso withdrawing from presidential race. Can this be true? This is a propaganda news. 2023, Nigerians in diaspora drag Buhari INEC orders to court over voters' registrations. Supreme Court speaks on DSS interrogating CGN Ariwola. Chatham House, Tinubu was showcased like a packaged invalid. Delhi Mahmood slams APC presidential candidate handlers. Of course, what they did there is just a repackaged Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At the same time, he still make the same mistake he always make. But I never see where a presidential candidate will never answer the question related to the people you are going to rule and how you are going to handle the economy and the other aspect part of it. Instead, you are delegating your duties to your camp, or what do you call it? He said it's a group, or how do he mention it? You are just a presidential candidate. This is now when you need to sell yourself. This is when you need to let people know that I am capable, that I am the Jagaban who did it in Lagos State according by you. And I am still the same Jagaban who will still do it, becoming the Nigeria president. Rather, you choose to delegate your questions. I mean, the questions meant for the presidential candidate. Touch that word, underline that word, presidential candidate. You have not taken over the seat, you are delegating duties to the people you call your camp. Then how much more what will happen when tomorrow you are elected as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? That means when people call on you, that look at what is happening, instead of you to listen to that, you assign somebody to even tweeting for them, because that is what the APC is good in. APC will come to campaign ground and campaign finish with all the lies from their spokesperson. Then when the time comes, the special aides is the one tweeting to Nigerians. Then why can't you campaign for the votes and tweet for Nigerians on Twitter when you are doing all these campaigns? That's exactly what they want on the campaign package here again. Well, I don't doubt you, Dele Mahmood, despite the fact that you are also his ally. Yes, not simply because you just turned to PDP 3 weeks before their primaries, and you didn't even get a single vote. After that, you begin to castigate APC, whereby you are the one that even campaigned for them during the 2015 and 2019. You are among the people who sold this unrotten package to Nigerians, and that is what we are suffering at the moment. So castigating him is equally castigating yourself, because you people are the same, what will I call it? You understand me? Yeah, I said double-edged sword. So my great people of Biafra, lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind, we are going straight into the business of the day. Please, tighten your seatbelt and listen attentively. I am here for you. This order is from the IPOB, telling the Biafrans that the order of sit at home have long been forgotten. According to him, there is nothing like sit at home anywhere in Biafra land. That is IPOB telling the Biafrans in our land. Biafrans, ignore any 5 days wicked and stupid sit at home order from the agendist IPOB. The global family and the movement of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the command and leadership of our great prophet and the indefeatable liberator, Mazi Okechukwu Nnamdi Kanu, wished to state unequivocally to the people of Biafra, friends of Biafra, and lovers of Biafra freedom, that IPOB leadership does not issue any sit-at-home order on 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, or 14th December of 2022. IPOB did not issue any sit-at-home order on these days mentioned above because we are not miscreants, senseless, or jobless people. How can they declare such a sit-at-home? I mean, this is a propaganda. And who is behind all this? Maybe at the end of the day, they will tell you this, and this one is from autopilot. Yeah? How can this struggle stand whereby the house is divided? Some say they are autopilot, some say they are autopiloter, some say they are manual pilot. The same struggle that we are struggling. I mean, is there a kind of something they are not telling us? Are they using this platform or this type of a thing as a money making machine? Please, if you know the answer, drop it at the comment section. I will reply to you. Every Biafran and resident in Biafra land should ignore such order from untrained and brainless individuals whose agenda is to make Biafran agitation unattractive to our people. Every Biafran must go to their normal businesses on those days. IPOB that has concern for the welfare and well-being of our people cannot issue such brainless, uncaring, consecutive 5-day sit-at-home order that imposes hardship on our people during this critical time of the year. When people are trying to make up in their businesses for the year, the conception of a consecutive 5-day sit-at-home by a Nigerian agent and his sponsors is to show the level of wickedness and hatred they have against our people. Their agenda is to create insecurity and unnecessary hardship for our people to make them jettison Biafra freedom. How wicked these people can be. Again, everyone has a right to go out and collect his or her PVC from their respective polling registration centers without molestations. IPOB did not order a boycott of elections and has nothing whatsoever to do with Nigeria's shambolic selections. Our people should be prepared and ready to confront any fool who dares to enforce such wicked sit-at-home. More so, ESN operatives and IPOB volunteers will be out in numbers all over Biafra land on those dates to protect our people and the markets. Biafran youth should also be ready to confront anybody who attempts to force or compel them to close their businesses on those listed dates. The idiots who are issuing this brazen sit-at-home order should know that IPOB leadership did not authorize anyone to issue order of such a magnitude in Biafra land. Therefore, it will not work out for them. Our people should go out about their legitimate businesses without fear. IPOB has put the agendas of their foot soldiers in Biafra land on check. Biafra restoration is progressing well, and we must exit this cage called Nigeria by the grace of Elohim, who is bent on doing great things for us. So, my good people of Biafra, the ones who love hearing from me, the ones who their ears is itchy to hear good news, this is the good news I brought to us this day. The agents of the country called Nigeria is behind this order of 4 or 5 days sit at home. I mean, what for? Can you provide food for all these people for 5 good days of sitting at home? I mean, why can't we use our brains? I saw in one what do they call it? One group that I'm a member of it, and I saw a lot of people posting this ultimatum of 5 days sit at home in Biafra land. And when you argue with them, they come out to name you, I mean, call you all sort of names that you are against the Biafra. Getting the Biafra struggle, does it warrant we staffing ourselves? Getting the referendum, does it warrant us to destroy the economy of the Biafrans that we are fighting to protect? It is never so and can never so, and we can never win it that way. So, my great people who are hearing my voice, please pass on this message from one ear to the other, so that you people can be aware that there's nothing like 5 consecutive days of sit at home for Biafrans. Please take note. Let's move into the another news of this morning. Singer Casey storms Peter Obi's campaign rally after pitching tent with Tinubu. See them now saboteurs, betrayers. They will come and gather information from Obina and go and pass it on to APC. Ndara. The Nigerian singer Kingsley Okonkwo, popularly known as KC, has stormed the campaign rally of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi in Imo State. Okute News report that this is coming a few days after KC was dragged online for pitching his tent with the All Progressive Congress APC flag bearer Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Recall that reports made the rounds online alleging that KC and his brother E-Money, who hail from Anambra State, worked with the former governor of Lagos in his illicit drug activities. Big allegation. Although KC and E-Money have been silent on the choice of their presidential candidate since the 2023 campaign officially started. However, Tinubu's son Seyi took to his Instagram story to share a photo of KC rocking Tinubu's campaign outfit in a club. This led to many assumptions that KC and E-Money are pledging their support for Tinubu in the 2023 general elections. KC meets Peter Obi. KC surprisingly turned up for the campaign rally of Peter Obi on Tuesday, December 6, 2022, and the Nigerian celebrity barman Cubana Chief Priest took to social media to share moments from the event. In the video, Cubana Chief Priest was captured posing to take photographs with Obi and beckoned on KC to join them. KC also exchanged pleasantries with the former governor of Anambra State before they finally took pictures at the campaign rally ground. The socialite captioned the post, "Nigeria go better at Peter Obi Gregory. We have confidence in you as the best candidate for the job come 2023. Desire don't chop all the profit. Where dey my business?" Dollar rates no gree make person chop life again. Insecurity go gree make ballers come out again. A lot of needs to be done, and you remain the best man for the job to fix our great nation. God willing, you will emerge president of our dear country in 2023. That is the prayers of Cubana Chief Priest, and everybody say amen. We are progressing, my dear people. Pressure to step down. NNPP speaks on Kwankwaso withdrawing from the presidential race. This is a propaganda news. The new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, has dismissed claims that their presidential candidate, Senator Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, is under pressure from regional leaders to step down for their preferred candidate. It might happen at the die minute now, because this is exactly what Aminu Tambuwa did to what did they call it? What did they call him again? Some weekend. He might do it at the very given minute. He keep on gathering crowd. When that time comes, he will hit it. Bah! Maybe they will promise him to be the Senate president or whatever, or House of Reps speaker. So we don't doubt when all these things surface online, because this is a secret meeting that just revealed the secret that you people are concocting, just to make sure that you people carry back this presidency after 8 years. Speaking to newsmen on Monday, the NNPP national chairman, Prof. Rufai Ahmed Al-Kali, said there's no doubt about the fact that Nigerians are tired of excuses and cultural or blame games. According to the party leader, Kwankwaso, a former Kano State governor and Minister of Defense, is in the race to win the February presidential election. The latest in the efforts to distract our presidential candidate is the endorsement of a presidential candidate by a group calling themselves the Northern Leaders Consultative Forum, NLCF, Al-Kali said. He continued, as far as NNPP is concerned, The Northern Leaders Consultative Forum is unknown to us, and there was never a time we had any interfere with the group, according to them. One thing is clear, we at the NNPP will not play the religious or ethnic card. The problems of the Nigeria today require urgent and serious attention, devoid of any sentiments. Speaking further, Alkali pointed out that Kwankwaso has attended every gathering, either as a town hall meetings or debates that had a national focus to let Nigerians assess his qualities as a committed and passionate leader in Nigeria. For us in the NNPP, the bedrock of the 2023 presidential elections is integrity, capacity, competence, and experience. By the grace of God, our presidential candidate possesses all these attributes in abundance, and he remains the candidate to beat. This is perhaps precisely why all the sustained but fruitless effort to undermine his candidature, Alkali said. That is all you people need to know. I know that when this news is coming to my table, I know it's a kind of propaganda, because Rabiu Kwankwaso will never agree to step down at this point in time, but maybe he will do that fortnight before the election day. I know now. I trust Northerners, how they play their own politics. 2023, Nigerians in diaspora have dragged President Bubu, INEC, orders to court over voters' registration. Some Nigerians in the diaspora have dragged President Muhammadu Buhari, the Independent National Electoral Commission, and its chairman, Prof. Mahmood Yakubu, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria to court over their exclusion in the voters' registration ahead of the 2023 general election. Ukutenu report that these Nigerians living in the United Kingdom and various parts of the world in a suit marked FHC/ABJ/ES/2119/2022 are praying the court to stop President Buhari and INEC from further proceeding with the 2023 electioneering process until INEC's voter registration and biodata base are updated to accommodate them as registered voters. They said it was their fundamental right to vote in 2023 general elections. Therefore, INEC has to include them in the registered voter to enable them exercise their civic rights at the polls next year and every other time, no matter where they are in the world. The suit, which was filed on behalf of the plaintiffs, Baretta Chikwe Nkemnacho and Kenneth Azubike Nkemnacho, who both lives in the United Kingdom, by Augustine Temfe Nkemnacho, has prayed the Federal High Court in Abuja to declare that they are entitled to participate in the electoral processes by being registered to vote in the 2023 election and all elections wherever they are domiciled worldwide in line with the sections 13, 14, 42, and 17 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The plaintiff said they instituted the suit on behalf of other Nigerians in the diaspora worldwide. They also prayed the court to declare that there is still sufficient time for INEC to comply with the provisions of sections 13, 14, and 15 of the 1999 Constitution, noting that unless they are allowed to vote in 2023 elections and subsequent ones, their fundamental rights as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution will be grossly violated, according to them. Justice Nyang Edem Ekwo, bill to hear the suit, has fixed January 19, 2023 for its mention and to allow the defendants file their respective response, whereby the election is on February. Then you first mention it on January 19. Then you will adjourn it to March, when the election have finished. We know all these tricks, all these APC-led judges. We know all the tricks. But God no go allow something bad to happen to all this coming 2023. The four defendants in the suit are INEC, the chairman of INEC, Prophet Mahmood Yakubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria as first to fourth defendants, respectively. And that is all you need to know about the dragging of our able Presido, Bubu, to court, to High Court in Abuja. Supreme Court speaks on DSS interrogating CGN. Ariwola. The Department of State Service DSS on Tuesday allegedly interrogated the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, over alleged pro-Wike political remarks. The Supreme Court, in reaction to the report, however, said the CJN was not interrogated by the secret police. According to the Apex Court, 5 justices of the Supreme Court are not calling for the resignation from office by the CJN over the same issue. The Director of Information and Press, the court and press of the court, Festus Akande, on Tuesday called on people behind the report to desist in their own interest. The Supreme Court had reacted after People's Gazette stated that Justice Ariwola was being grilled by the DSS. The statement reads, "We have read the dismay and shock a publication with the above caption by an online media outfit, People's Gazette, alleging that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Olukayode Ariwola, was grilled by the DSS for the remarks he made in Port Harcourt at a state banquet, and that 5 justices of the Supreme Court are calling for resignation." Just like our earlier press statement debunking this barefaced falsehood and mischievous antics aimed at scoring very cheap and unpopular political gains in this era of aggressive and Muslim politicking. We wish to state in very clear and unmistaken terms that this is yet another round of the avalanche of lies that have been distinguishably packaged by individuals with an unenviable pedigree to malign the character and personality of not just the CGN but several other judicial officers that they consider to be too unpalliable and principled to be approached for any form of unhanded dealings, especially as election cases. Petitions will soon be streaming to the tribunal's court for abduction. It has become very obvious that those with the sinister motives have preferred plans to unleash all manner of coordinated attacks on judicial officers, starting from the CJN with a view to twisting and blackmailing and ridiculing them to silence ultimately for their ulterior motives. For sure, it will only take an undiscerning mind to believe this sharing of falsehood, misinformation, and blackmail. Nigerians are much more wiser to fall for this armchair criticism and disingenuous sponsorship of paid crowds who masquerade as civil society organizations to help them further their inordinate ambition of gagging and fettering the Nigerian judiciary so that they could cowardly do their biddings, according to them. The publication, which was laced with tissues of lies, non-existent sources of information, and substandard claims, clearly showed the unwholesome intention of the authors. For the record, no single justice of the Supreme Court has asked the CJN to resign, and no justice of the Supreme Court has or is writing any letter to protest whatsoever. This stream of falsehood, as usual, is flowing from the same discredited source that is hell-bent on destroying the judiciary for some selfish interests. The Supreme Court justices are united and firmly behind the CJN and are, as usual, all working assiduously to dispense justice without fear or favor. Neither the CJN nor the Honorable Justice and the Supreme Court or other courts for that matter are politicians, so none of them should be dragged into politics in any form whatsoever. Our advice to this set of rabble rousers who struck in trade to character assassination via dissemination of false information to create tension and disaffection is to have a rethink and engage in meaningful, productive activities that will move the nation forward. A word is enough for the wise, according by the people who is speaking from the Supreme Court concerning the allegation that Supreme Court, the 5 judges of Supreme Court, are protesting for CGN Ariwola to resign from office, barely how many months of appointing him. Chatham House. Tinubu was showcased like a packaged invalid. Dele Momodu slams APC presidential candidate handlers. The Director of Strategic Communications of the National Election Management Committee of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Chief Dele Momodu, has on Tuesday berated the All Progressive Congress (APC) presidential candidate Bola Tinubu over his engagement at the Chatham House, United Kingdom. Okute News recalled that Tinubu's decision to delegate some of the questions he was asked to APC chieftains, including the Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai and former Governor of Ekiti State Kayode Fayemi, was greeted with a lot of criticism from Nigerians. However, Tinubu explained that his decision was based on the need to show his spirit of teamship. Make I hear word. If you don't know what to answer, just close your mouth. Reacting to the occurrence via an article titled "Weep Not for Tinubu but for Nigeria," Mahmoud insisted that APC were window dressing Tinubu on a global stage. The PDP chieftains slammed the handlers of the APC flag bearer for causing the nation a huge embarrassment on a global stage, of course, and that is exactly how they will cause themselves the election also. Why can't you at least attend the Nigerian town hall meeting? If they ask you a question you don't understand, just put counter-motion and everything will pass. You went all the way to the United Kingdom to embarrass Nigerians. This is a very big slap in our faces. Yeah? And we can't stand this anymore. Please, APC, you people should do something about this. Otherwise, this Nigeria will break into two. I'm just saying my own. He argued that it would preferably to showcase the former Lagos governor with his gaps, as everyone is bound to make mistakes, rather than shutting him up. According to Mahmoud, call it what you will, what happened at Chatham House, London yesterday, Monday, was a complete charade. The Tinubu handlers fumbled and bungled it big time. They showcased him like a packaged invalid. It would have been better to present him as a brilliant politician and administrator, was and all, who is capable of independent thoughts. No man is perfect. His gouts would have been more pardonable and acceptable. He was expected to sell his own vision and mission, of course, at that Chatham House, where they make all sorts of lies in 2015 and they were voted. But what we saw yesterday was a theater of absurd. It brought back memories of our great former president Umaru Yar'Adua and how he mysteriously disappeared from radar and some of his aides governed by proxy. I was one of those who led the Enough is Enough protest against the Yar'Adua cabal in Abuja in 2010. What was unacceptable then is even more unacceptable now, with benefits of hindsight. Our country should be placed above friendship. Truth is the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is often aggravated by the voluptuous ambitions of some acolytes who wish to remain eternally relevant in the corridors of power at the expense of long-suffering Nigerians. He said, adding that all this around Tinubu yesterday, Monday, knew the bitter truth but chose to fool Nigerians. Of course, they know. And they know what they are doing. They know the game they are playing. Speaking further, Mahmoud reminisced how one of the APC chieftains asked Tinubu to dance to the popular song Buga by Kiss Daniel in a viral video because that is what the youths to see. He informed that one would often think that Nigeria cannot sink any lower, and then a situation like the Chatham House charade would occur and bring one back to earth. But if I may ask, why can't he delegate any of the question to his vice? I mean, his vice is nowhere to be found again. Chai, this Nigeria self, Nigeria is a joke. The PDP campaign spokesperson recalled that 7 years ago, President Muhammadu Buhari did a good job when he appeared at the same venue to engage with the global audience. I was with President Muhammadu Buhari the day he visited Chatham House 7 years ago. He was solid and charismatic. He needed no one to print him. He answered questions eloquently and intelligently to the best of his abilities. That is what Tinubu was expected to accomplish yesterday, Monday. What he did instead was like inviting helpers to sit the joint admissions and matriculation board examination. It is horrifying to watch some respected intellectuals like El Rufai and Fayemi as they struggled to window dress Tinubu on how much hallowed global stage he added. Maybe when you have an appointment to go and speak at the United Nations summit, you will also invite your camp, be your team as your teamship to come and answer questions being directed to you. That is how tomorrow, when you become the president, you won't even come to a national TV to talk to Nigerians, other than your special aid, like that of Femi Adesina and Garba Shehu. They will be tweeting to Nigerians on what the president is saying. When the president is zooming off, they will tweet Nigeria. When the president is coming back, they will tweet to Nigeria. There's no time the president will announce to the public, please, I am embarking on a journey either for a meeting or for whatever conference it is. So my great people of Biafra, this is where we are going to call it a quit from this morning devotion and the morning news from my own side, Okute Daily Talk, where truth is the business we trade on daily basis, and where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the never do well sycophants and those ones who have vowed that this country must surely sink before they leave the country alone. But it won't happen, and not before our very eyes, we the youths. Instead, may it divide the country so that everyone will find their way. So please, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I want you to do that as soon as possible. Turn on the notification button, be the first to be notified each time I post something new on my channel. Please continue sharing this message until it gets to where it's supposed to get. There's no 5-day consecutive sit at home in Biafra land. Get that into your skull. And remain blessed as you pass on this message. I bless you once again. I am signing out. Bye for now, my people.